y'all. It's me. My name's Azar, and I don't normally do this type of content, saying I post in general, but I just wanted to talk about something I've noticed a lot, and that is misogyny in the Minecraft community, but not from a not from a content creator's perspective, but someone who from the outside, you know? And so I just wanted to talk about that, give my honest opinions, because I think it's really important to have views from all types of people. So I wanted to just do that. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was how women were treated in general, and what I've noticed. A lot are treated really nicely, but some are also treated like they're less because they're women, and I think that's crazy, because it's just crazy to me. And it's just I don't have any notes or anything, I'm just speaking from heart, but it's just something that has always been fascinating to me, is how quickly some people will bring other people down in terms of getting their own power from it. From the perspective of, say, anthropology, humans are territorial, and humans are wanting to, say, get power, you know? Because this is where greed comes from too. The wanting to control is a form of survival, and as you know, humans are made to survive. That's how we got here. And that urge for survival essentially makes people greedy, because some people, how do I explain this? When you are, if you are given one thing that'll help you survive, you're gonna want more of it because it helps you survive, and you see it as a good thing. That's what it is. It's all that greed is too. It's kind of crazy to me, because some men, not all of them, but some, well, that can be, I think it's not all men. I think it's more or less everyone will see this. If they see someone who is, I don't know, some people will see someone who is at a disadvantage, or will try to make other people at a disadvantage in order to, gain more power and gain that feeling of control, which is, feeling of control is a form of survival in some cases, because you feel like you're in power. And that's kind of, it's like that feeling of bringing other people down grants you a feeling that you're in control and you have the masculine urges or whatever. That's what it stems from, or at least what I think it stems from. And that's what I think misogyny stems from. Because you feel like you're pushing other people down for your own sense of fulfillment. And it's pretty important to say that it's bad and it hurts other people, but a lot of other people just don't really care. So that's what I think like misogyny and greed stems from. It's that feeling that when people are below me, I have control, and control is how you have control and how you survive. And I think that feeling has stemmed into modern societal standards of, say, men above women. And I think that's such a large problem, such a huge problem in the Minecraft community, because there's, say, like, people who want, a lot of people want servers with more women on it. Like, we all do. It's just something that everyone wants. And, you know, there are some good servers, like right now, the Flight SMP has a lot of women and, like, non-men on there. And that's good. But a lot of other things just straight up ignore women entirely. Like, I don't know if you saw it, but there's that soccer thing, that soccer event that's going on soon. I saw it, but there were only like, out of the 20 members, there were only like 2 women. And on Hermitcraft, what is there, like 4 non-men? Lifesteal, like 5 non-men. And Unstable, how many prominent female characters that you see regularly show up compared to male characters? Like, and it's not an issue of, like, say, maybe women just aren't suited for this type of stuff, or like it's not a female dominated server and there's not, that's just stupid excuses, because there are women who are interested in these servers. Like, there's like Bannerfall has a lot of women on there, like the POW creations or whatever, and there's a lot of women, and the Flight, as I said, has a lot of non-men, but I don't think it really should be, you shouldn't set it up like, say, women and, you shouldn't set it up to just be, this server is made to support women and non-men. It should just be this is a server. Because in the ideal world, every Minecraft server would be just like in real life, which is half of it is half of it is um half of it is men, half of it is women, because that's how it is in real life. There's around 50% male, 50% female. That's what the population is. That's how it works. That's how our bodies work. And the fact that in like the big 2026, people are still, especially on something so minuscule as Minecraft servers, like real change in the world starts small. You know that, right? Everything won't just be an instant, it won't just be an instant change. Everything starts small. Like there's that one quote that change, if you want something to change, you have to start at the dinner table. I don't know who said that, but I saw that. I think it was at like the Kansas Air Force Museum or something. I don't know, but I saw it somewhere, and that quote has always stuck with me because it's true. Change starts at cultural levels, and if like that's small stuff that everyone partakes in, and if there's a large group of people who partake in these the minuscule Minecraft community compared to the entire world, it's just change. It's the start of something great, and the fact that people aren't taking advantage of this is just crazy to me, because it's genuinely just crazy to me, because we have the chance to start something great. It'll be small, but everything starts small. And a lot of young people watch these streamers and YouTubers, and getting it into the idea that really help women and support women, it can change. You're starting small. You're starting, say, a kid watches Minecraft at the dinner table. You're starting at the dinner table. It's small stuff like that really help. And I know there's been a lot of stuff going on that put women on the stuff, but that's just to remember, like, the Marlo situation. I don't know everything about the Marlo situation. I'm not into, like, the PvP community, because to me it's always been so toxic. And I'm just not the biggest fan of it, which is a whole nother deal. But, like, the Marlo situation, I don't know. I don't care what allegations are true or not. But what I do care about is, weren't there screenshots of someone quite literally saying, like, that he was gonna Marlo? Like, it doesn't matter if she was real or not. It doesn't matter. That's still something. And how much clapback, like, how much did you see people talking about that? Did you see anyone talking about that guy saying that? Like, aren't there genuine just screenshots of this? Of Discord conversations where this guy quite literally says he's gonna someone. And it just seemed to me like no one cared. But, like, that's a huge thing to care about. Now, I don't know where the screenshots are, but I saw them. And I just didn't see anyone talking about it. But, like, to me, that was the first red flag that something weird was going on. Because all of that stuff, and that's just crazy. Like, why is no one talking about that? And, like, the stuff where even if that one guy was pretending, I don't even know his name, was pretending to be Marlo, even if Marlo is actually real, it's all scrutiny. This is all happening because she's a woman, you know? Like, it doesn't matter how real she is. It's because the person is shown to be a woman. Like, I doubt any of you would have cared if it was like, if it was the number one PvPer was a man who said he was a different man, or like the number one PvPer was someone who was also this person. Why are we... I doubt any of you, nobody would care, but you do care because Marlo was a woman. She is a woman. And that's just crazy because we're caring for all the wrong reasons. And it's just, why are we doing that? Like, there's so much more crazy stuff that we should worry about that we're just not. And there's stuff like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know what server it was, but it was a PvP. I think it was like MC tiers or something like that. I don't know what it was. But it was bought by Dream and like this Dr. Donut guy. I don't know who Dr. Donut is, but I do know who Dream is. And no, I don't remember the exact allegations Dream has. But I do know that they're not good. And that's just... And you're telling me people still watch these guys? His video still gets millions of views. Every time I see anything about him, and it's just... Why? And like everything about the Dream SMP, everything specifically about Dream just gives me a vibe, you know? I don't know if there's any evidence to support it. I can't remember all the allegations he had against himself. But I would say that my gut feeling is pretty strong. And I always like to trust my gut. And sometimes there's people that I see and I'm like, wow, I don't trust you at all. And Dream is one of those people. Now, I did watch Dream in 2020. Mind you, I was very, very young in 2020. I had essentially no way of knowing if he was a good or bad person because I was very young. I didn't have that gut feeling. But now, as I'm older and I can look back on what people have done, I look back and I see, well, I don't see it, but I just feel this feeling of like uncomfort, you know? It's like I don't want to be around someone like him. Like, if I was in the same room as him, I would not feel safe. You know? Like, it's that type of situation. And that's just something that's very important to me. And I could just be talking nonsense here, but it's just a lot of people don't see it the same way that I see it. And I get that. Everyone has different perspectives, but the fact that Dream tries to make himself such a large part of the community while having just a lot of undertones, you know? It's like, I wouldn't trust him. And that's just something from an outsider's perspective that I think people should listen to. But there's also, it's just this feeling that a lot of people just don't care either. Like recently, wasn't there that Minecraft tournament that I saw like edits of it on TikTok? There's like this PvP tournament, and I only knew a few people, and it was just like I don't think there's a single woman there. And I think Dream and the other guy buying that Minecraft server isn't gonna help, because I don't think they care. I don't quite think a lot of men can think outside of themselves. And maybe it's from personal experiences with men, where I just think they don't have, well, not all men, but some men I don't think have the emotional intelligence to see where they went wrong and why what they're doing is wrong. And now I'm really gonna emphasize, not every single man is like this, but a lot of them are. And I think that's a large societal impact on how men are raised to be. Because an example of that is men being told to not cry when they're younger. And that can affect men in ways that is genuinely kind of surprising, because, oh yeah, men aren't allowed to cry because then they get yelled at for not being manly. But what is manly? It's just a term used to say you're strong? Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like you're teaching men very young that it's their job to be someone who is stronger than other people, you know? And that can have quite a few implications to them. And that's not even like the consequences of suppressing your own emotions. Because a lot of men are told, as I said, not to cry. But that's just a stepping stone for them to not understand their own emotions and other people's emotions, which is the first step in understanding people. And I think that's something that's really important to remember. Because if you're a man and you're watching this, you should make sure you understand what other people are feeling. Like, And if you think you're not good at it, you should try and get better at it. Because emotions are something that the wide range of human emotions is something that is very unique to our species, you know? And I think you should choose to accept that and love that. You should accept your emotions. You should understand. You don't have to go out in public, but you should let yourself cry. You should think about stuff that you said. You should choose to understand yourself. The only one who can actually understand you is you. So why are you refusing to understand yourself? That's something that happens. That's just, you only get one life. Why can't you should see what life is about. You should see the ups and downs. You should see every part of it. And the fact that a lot of people don't do that is just something that, to me, everyone should work on. I think everyone needs to work on understanding themselves, because it's just, you only get one life. Don't waste it. And understanding yourself and seeing why what you said could affect other people is another step in fixing a large problem with the world. Because if you think about something and you think about, maybe next time you get mad, you wonder, why would you feel this way? What did this person do? Then you could ask yourself, why did they do that? What were their thoughts running through their head? It's something that can help, because the lack of emotional regulation is something that hurts other people, but the only one it's really hurting is yourself. How, when you are in like a PvP match, if a man is in a PvP match and they randomly just queue up and they decide to go up against a woman, what do you think, if you are a man, what do you think, like the average PvPer, what do you think your first thought would be? Some people think that only men are good at PvP, only men are good at video games, but that's something that can be proven wrong quite simply. And it's not a case of women are better. It's a case of, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It matters how good you are. It matters how much time or effort. It's the same with everything. Nothing is so simple as to be man versus woman. It's just, it just has no effect. We're all, the only real difference between a man and a woman is, and there's not a lot of like mental differences. And it's just the only thing that you see as different is the way the society around you sees them as different. And it's always been so fascinating to me to see so many people genuinely believing that women are worse than men at something, when that's genuinely just not true. See, it affects everyone in band. Our first clarinetist is a woman, while the first chair clarinet is a woman, first chair trumpet is a man. The percussionist, section leader, woman. But some of the best people I know are men. Some of the best people I know are women. Some of the worst people I know are women. Some of the worst people I know are men. But everything comes from your societal view in where you grew up. This is something that's true in all. And it's just crazy to me to see all these women being put down for something so small as a video game. There's so many more things we could deal with. And like, as that quote goes, the first step to change happens at the dinner table. The first step to change happens at a societal level. And a lot of people aren't taking advantage of that. I'm just saying this again. A large group of people are very young audiences of Minecraft YouTube. And as you know, a lot of people, and it has effect on a lot of people. So the fact that these male creators can't see that they have an opportunity to change such a large amount of people's lives with just, if all you have to do is make more friends that happen to be female, why all you're doing is making more friends, more people to make content with. It doesn't matter if they're female. What matters is if their playstyle suits your playstyle. If what they want to do is the same as what you want to do. It's quite simple. And the fact that all these people, they all have such a unique way to make change that just aren't taking advantage of this. It's such a problem. And I think something I think I should see more of is unstable universe. I know currently they have some pretty strong women. Like, they have the Reina girl. Sorry, I don't really watch Unstable, but I do get a lot of TikToks. And I see people talking, and I see, like, cool edits. I'm like, whoa, these guys are cool. But I see, like, Reina, and I see Jumper. And it's always seeing these people as cool people. And I wish there's more people to talk about it, because not everything is about men. Men are only 50% of the population. There's so many YouTubers who are so good at so many things. So many women, so many people who have they're just amazing people who would do awesome in fields that they just can't do because they're women. Like, they can't get the same outreach because they're women. And that's just something to me that is crazy. We have these YouTubers, these people all have such a chance to make change. And they're just not. And I can't see why. It's just an unfortunate thing. I wish more people included women. And I think a lot of people, like, I see a lot of people do, like, especially another thing I do want to talk about is women in, like, ARGs, because right now I only really know of 2 out of the thousands that exist. Like, how many of you know, how many of you watch Jumper's ARG? How many people watch it? Because I do, and I think, I don't even know if it is an ARG, but the storytelling is great. And I think a lot of people are missing out on it. And recently, Zacko Builds uploaded a new one where the protagonist is a woman. And I think Zacko Builds did a great job of portraying a flawed character. Like I'm genuinely thinking it's genuinely, I'm saying genuinely a lot, but genuinely, it's one of my favorite ARGs I've ever watched, if not my favorite, because of how well it's done and how the main character is portrayed is such a well-made thing, and I'm really happy with it. And I can't spoil anything. Actually, no, I am gonna spoil things. Skip to the timestamp that I'm going to put in the video when editing this. Okay, bye. Go there. Okay. So I am gonna spoil this one thing. What I really liked about it is the fact that they didn't portray her as an evil person after everything that happened. Like, yeah, she did bully Chase, but it's not directly her fault about why Chase faked his death. And I think that's a really good thing. Like, she could have done things differently, and she's a flawed character, but every human being on Earth is a flawed character. And a lot of people don't recognize that. And I'm really happy that Zacko Builds did not demonize her for being flawed. And I'm just really happy about that. And I think that's a good step in the right direction, and I'm really hoping that there is a part 2 for Story of a World You Will Never See Again. So, okay, so in conclusion, I think everyone here should take what I've said here and think about it, no matter the gender, no matter where you're from, because at some point, every bit and every piece of your life comes from your culture and how you were raised. It's not a yes, it's not a are you sure? It's not a yes or no. This is true. This is how it is. And that affects you in ways that you won't notice unless you look at it from an outside perspective. And I think it's always important to have an outside perspective. And I think that if you are a content creator and if you want to help people in general think differently and change to learn to support people who are different, people who aren't them, because everyone's different, but some people can't accept that. The first step to that is teaching people to support women. So, always consider what you're saying, who you're talking to, who you're friends with, what your friends say, and what you say, and how that affects you and other people. Because everything you say has an effect. That's how the butterfly effect works. So, always consider, always think, and work towards a better future where everyone can get what they need no matter what. So, thanks for watching. Please, I hope everyone takes my advice, and bye-bye.